I think they can kill him though. They can definitely look to kill the Undying. At least get the Mars out to get an extra set of regen and everything so that he can be ready for those decay spams. And it looks like that's what they're gonna do. So
the battle begins.
If they can actually get themselves a kill. Nope, screw the bounty though.
Yeah, well, I'll get the 2 bounties.
I want to see something clever because I feel like they should know like they're gonna win the bottom lane, guaranteed, right? Like TB +1 versus the Nyx and their Spirit. Very unlikely that you shouldn't lose that lane with these two, but they're actually gonna just move it right away. There was a ward anyway to kind of cover any type of aggressive move that they did do. So yeah, let's see if they can withstand the pressure that comes out from the Undying, just zoning out Chessie. And I feel like it's the same thing for Skywrath. Like Ricky can just commit onto him pretty easily. So we'll see. I think this top lane should be pretty hard. Mid, I think this one's a little bit of a skill matchup. I think some people like to play the Morphling, some people really like to play the Puck in this matchup, but as the levels go, the Morphling starts to have a much better start. First 2 levels or so, Puck wins pretty hard.
Denied.
Top, I mean, yeah, we already sort of see just a couple of decays and a few punches. Chessie, yeah, pretty quick. Some good damage over the mid one, throw in the turn.
The next level play. The next level play. Next level play.
Kept funneled out.
Sox will get a nice D ward. They did see that ward get placed earlier because they placed a very early sentry, or very early obs up there to watch. Mid, we're seeing that little bit of trade of resources. Very early start here on these first 2 waves. Very even.
Just Supreme this game. I mean, how easy the move's going to be for him to make. You sort of look at these side lanes, once he's hit the 6, it's sort of that kill potential good with the coil.
Yeah, I mean, Puck versus both Morphling and Ricky is actually quite nice. It's just this Nyx Assassin and this Earth Spirit can really trip him up. These silences and just... It can be really annoying. And even Ricky can have counterplays, right? Like, if Ricky's the one who gets to jump on the Puck, then it goes the opposite way. The Ricky's actually good versus Puck. But if Puck gets to jump on Ricky with the coil, yeah, it goes in Puck's favor. So it's just going to be, it's tough. It's going to be really skill dependent for Supreme, and it's a lot of pressure on him, really, this game to have a really good start. Because the Nyx, he's going to die to Carapace once or twice in this game. It's going to happen unless he plays perfect.
Yeah, and in this sort of game as well, what sort of makes this a game where OG want to sort of step up the priority of the Nyx and have it, instead of playing it on the off lane rather than just...
Well, Puck is a core. It destroys Skywrath and it destroys Shadow. It's so good versus three of the heroes right now. And it's even, I mean, it's not bad versus TB even. You're gonna be tanky because you're high armor in the lane, and then you're a hard stun. You're 2 hard stuns, so effective in all fronts.
So far, CS down bottom. We've got 11 for 0 against the 13, so pretty even. Even with, of course, having to deal with Charlie's meta. Not bad at all for step down there in that matchup.
No, that's really, really good start, especially because the Earth Spirit left the lane very early on. He's actually starting to make moves. He was sitting around mid, waiting for Supreme to orb. Supreme was playing very hesitant, but now top, they can punish very easily if Chessie steps up too far at all. He can get gone on.
Side. Not quite prepared for Saxon to show himself. He will now come out on Chessie. There's no tail. A little low to help commit on 2 of them. A bit of pressure again, just keeping that space for the mid one to continue to have what has been pretty much free farm in that top lane now.
Topson.
How did this happen?
Staying at very low HP here. And those runes will be checked out. Topson does need one Supreme as well. You have multiple heroes right now. 5 heroes chilling in mid. Sakai Coast, they've secured it. Supreme.
Yeah. Boot to the end.
He tried to make the roll to steal it away, but it will spawn top. Oh, sorry, actually, Shibit did get it. Sorry, he did deny he did take away that regen immediately off of the Shadow Demon.
Topson with the bottle charges that he had, he's still able to get himself back into good shape in the lane.
Yeah, Supreme's doing really solid in this lane, though. 25-2 to the 17-2. He's actually been putting the pressure on. This is really nicely done by him, too. And he's got a double range creep also pushing in, so he can apply tower damage. And now Charlie's fine bottom because of the Earth Spirit movement, so now you see Zibe is making all these moves around. He knows he's free, too. He's a 1v1 of TB versus Nyx is just fine to Charlie.
Yeah, and this top lane, despite the fact, as you said, it could have ended up being rather difficult for Chessie laning against an Undying. He's not doing too bad at all. He's doing just fine out of this top lane, and he's finding quite a bit. Bottom, disruption set up onto Step. He's already used the Carapace. Has got anything else to say? He does. Very far enough, and general tankiness of this Nyx is snapped early on as he gets back onto the aura of that tower.
It will be 2-for-2 rune exchange. I mean, Topson continuing, like, he's having a tough time. Tough time getting any of these last hits in mid. He's missed a lot. He missed a couple under the tower as well, too, but the puck so far supreme. Already making an aggressive move, too, up top, as mid one is very susceptible to a coil.
Well, there's the setup. Ancient Seal into the coil. They just need a bit of burst. They've got it. Illusory Roll comes flying through from Supreme, and gang success.
Duly noted.
Very clean. Again, just like the last game, his movement on the Void Spirit as well was very clean when he made that bounty rotation. It's another successful one.
Yeah, he's having I said last game was great. This game off to a good start. As quite the difference from his game one. As he had a rough time in that first game of the series as the Ember.
Oh yeah. Rune spawns top. Topson won't be able to snag down. Era takes it away.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Again, considering the waste of these lanes could go, I think High Coast are going to be feeling pretty comfortable with the way that this has started off. Quite sort of the same as the beginning of game 2.
Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, Supreme, I mean, he's going to have his coil ready again in 20 seconds too, and like we said, he can set up very easily on any of the lanes here. The Morphling is still a top kill, of course, but yeah, he's got great ways to counter gank or just to set up onto Seb or the Riki. And yeah, I'm very surprised at how well Chessie was able to do up here. They did a good job of not getting hit by any double decays. They dodged the Earth Spirit gank. Bottom.
Kind of trouble there.
Tower is under attack.
He's got the Carapace. Is that enough to keep him safe? A couple more hits from Charlie will do it, and he can find them. He's got the reach. There's the range. Seb getting taken down. Close to sort of hitting the 6 as well, so that's going to be slowed down on Seb. He'll make the move on Terra. He'll at least be able to find some action elsewhere on the map.
The next level play.
With those sort of kills down bottom, Seb's game going to get slowed down heavily, and Charlie continuing to have a free farm here. Starting to get a little bit of a step ahead of mid-one's Riki on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and that's a rotation, the Earth Spirit, to kill a 5. You know, he wants to get the bigger.
He just come back to the lane. And are they going to be able to take him down? They are. As soon as he's back, Supreme's ready with the movement.
You might wish to retract your last
again,
move.
yeah, the same as the start of game 2. Supreme's movements, once again, just doing so much for his team. I mean, a huge play down bottom, setting up more positive action for his Terrorblade, and taking 7 Charlie out of the lane. They get the arena down onto mid-1, but not quite the follow-up. Spear locked out. Still been dusted. Charlie, so Chessie looking for the angle.
Radiant's middle
Not
tower
quite
is
before
under
the
attack.
arena comes to an end. Mid-1 will be fine.
Really solid stuff so far from High Coast. I mean, Supreme in general, like he's doing everything. He knows that Topson can't match the movement, so he's just making these quick moves all over and just punishing. Like, these very easy to gank lanes. He's got to keep it up. I want to see him keep doing this. It's working perfectly. Topson is getting that space to catch back up though, and he did get the probably best. I mean, the best neutral item I feel you can get on a Morphling.
Absolutely.
Possessed Mask. You don't even need to worry about anything else anymore. You're always sustained in the jungle.
Best hero in the game to utilize early lifesteal. Getting it for free is you don't get much better than that. I mean, the dream situation probably would be getting that and the Royal Jelly.
Absolutely.
That's that would be a dream morph for RNG. Tier 1 items.
Yeah, he's getting that time to catch back up. So we're seeing now Worth. He's now surpassing the puck, even though Supreme's had such nice movements. He's passing a bit. Supreme, though, he'll find the jelly. And he also found himself a fairy trinket, so that's also very, very good items on him. Yeah, that fairy trinket.
That's probably
really
top tier puck items, right? Tier 1.
Definitely.
Fairy trinket and a jelly charge.
Looking for mid one here. They've got the dust. They actually just connected under the sentry. Spear off the mark.
And we'll see if that matters. It might just.
It might.
It does. And Arena also wasted. Not one for the highlight reel there for Chessie, unfortunately.
no, that's the second time now too. He's actually missed several spears since I've looked up there. He's gonna, they can't miss that one there. It's under a sentry, the coil's there, they can't miss those type of kills. That's painful. Now, gee, they can probably punch back here. There's a lot of wasted mana. Jesse, if he steps up too far, he's just gonna get gone on. I cannot believe he stepped up.
Dude,
Jesse?
this guy's crazy.
He moved up with 300 HP. Popped soaring. Oh, that was crazy.
Radiant's middle tower
I think that
is
was
under
probably
attack.
one of those moments, you know, you've had that scenario with the arena and the spear. You're probably feeling just a little sort of tilted with yourself.
Maybe a little bit.
You know, you just sort of, you know, we've all been there. You've made a rough play, and then you know, you sort of, your brain's just switched off for a second. You're not really in the game.
Yeah, he soul ringed and walked up for like I think it was a range creep to spear, but I mean, it's clear vision for them. It's daytime. They saw him walking up. He's gonna set up for mid now. They've got Charlie with the meta available. Bolt's up in 20, the arena at least.
Dire's middle tower is
And the
under
deep
attack.
push is pretty lackluster from OG. I think that's actually their best deep push. It's just a boulder smash on their lineup currently. They don't really have anything else just from their heroes. There's no tail.
Jumping onto it. Charlie with that stun ball. Before he do anything in return, Jesse will pop the arena down. Does mean that they can get Topson in return. Sunset is picked up too. Midpoint's diving in underneath the tower, looking towards there. The Mystic Flare doing a lot, but Midpoint's able to jump out of the range a bit. Seb found the triple. He's going to be able to pick up another shot.
And he's meteor hammering
Radiant
tower.
structures are fortified.
All right, Seb, ladies and gentlemen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What a nicely coordinated jump. As literally, I think it's the perfect time when 2 or 3 heroes stacked up, drop the tombstone, they all jump in, they connect the stun. Topson, as you said, I think he was the unfortunate one to get clipped by the spear to the wall, but huge fight for OG. They may not have the ways to deep push the tower push, but they have ways to fight under it. Very nicely done by them. Tombstone in those situations is just king too. You get the whole vision of the opposite side too, so you know where absolutely everybody is. Very nicely done.
Dire are scanning.
Jesse's definitely got to sort of focus on his next move now. That's not going to feel too great, right, when you had that move up top and then the enemy offlane does that.
Yes. I mean, yeah, Seb is going to be pretty massive now. The meteor hammer was finished just before that, and I mean, he's on his way toward his Yules already, so he's going to have really ideal setup for his meteor hammer combos every time. As top, they're looking for him again. Going for Jesse Topson. He gets silenced from the fog.
I'm going to have Arena back up in a little bit. And here we go, drops down. He's going to take the set up on the top of the step, but they're already down. There's not really any follow-up to the arena here, unfortunately for High Coast. Dream can still get the job done. He's trying to take down the Earthspirit. Good spirit from Jesse. Locks down Staxer. Pinging trade here. Try and defend this tier 1 tower from his push.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They really wanted to set up for Jesse. Their Stoxa was really pushing forward. Supreme's still in the area too. He's got the coil. He's an opportunity. Might go for it. Oh, he almost got the 2 of them. He will get 1.
Got the combo to take down Seb. Setups here. Jesse looks for the angle, but
off the mark again.
Spear. So that won't be a kill attempt. Now they've got to run. Staxer will slow down on the 2 of them. Charlie has turned up from the side, will manage to turn and take down No Tail with the damage he has from the Metamorphosis, but Supreme's gone down. Beard does not back mid
Radiant's
one.
middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Again, though, they set it up with a disruption too to get the kill, and he's off the mark. Now Topson gets some split push mid because of that, and Charlie, he turned up top with meta, so a lot of downtime here, a lot of wasted time here for High Coast, and a big win for OG. Just off of that mistake. I mean, they gotta stop making these mistakes.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Similar to that sort of game 1 flow where we are just sort of seeing the 3 cores of OG move at a pace that isn't quite being matched by all 3 of that of High Coast. See it again up top. I mean, it's a little too early there.
Too early, yeah. I mean, like, even if the Carapace goes off, he's gonna get him lack to the tree. The stun will be enough. Yeah. unfortunate for Chesty, and they're gonna smoke up. They're gonna look for another one. Chesty, he's got the arena. He's starting to get a little bit under farmed because of these unsuccessful movements, unsuccessful spells as well. And OG's getting that space to farm up on those cores. I think they've got the Battle Fury's almost online, and Topson's on his way toward Manta. So they're getting a lot of space to get these much-needed items for themselves. The Manta in particular, like for Topson, never have to worry about the silence again. They're baited. And the bounty.
The
been easy kill.
next level play.
Taken out, of course, whilst it happens, OG,
Dire's top tower
most of them
is
split
under
well
attack.
across the map. One farm down bottom, and 400 so gold off having the Battle Fury done, and then his farm's really going to escalate.
Charlie's very farmed still too. Charlie's actually quite ahead right now. 700 ranks, 4-1-1. Manta, he still needs a little more to protect himself as mid.
They put the jump onto Supreme. As you're saying, Supreme's got to be careful if Sax is ever able to get a lead in with the silence. Very hard for Supreme to keep himself alive at this stage of the game, especially, of course, with this Witchblade build. You don't have anything to keep yourself alive.
And Topson, you know, you're playing versus Puck, you have a Puck on your side then, as Topson has shown there twice. Great spot to that. Looks like they will sacrifice Toxin.
Again, though, is what Charlie having to turn up, pop the meta.
Radiant's middle
Get
tower
at least the tower tonight, but still just the little things that are being found by High Coast right now are just not really enough to keep them on pace with OG's progression this game.
No, definitely not. We're going to see this constantly too from Topson, is him using the Morph in particular, and just using that to his benefit. We're seeing him queuing up the Ags. I think the panel had mentioned it already. He has an Earth Spirit on his team, so it's always going to be one of the better ones you can.
Is under attack. Dire's
So that's going to be, I mean, that's going to be
fortified.
super strong for him to set up these silences and just the frequency. He's going to be playing around the Morph a lot, and it's already so good versus the Puck.
So careful this game.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And having to just go for sort of this slightly awkward build because of the force coming up next was Spring.
It has its value anyway versus like these silences and everything too.
Radiant's top
So
tower
it's going to
is
be good.
under attack.
Versus besides the Ricky, that is, like the Earth Spirit silence and the Morphling turning into the Puck and all that. So
Yeah, I guess you could
Dire's middle tower
yourself
is
away
under attack.
follow-up combo normally after being caught in the line of the boulder.
and he can help teammates with it. It's not just a pure selfish. You know? The game is about Charlie at the end of the day. You can actually help him.
Radiant's
Use it
top tower
offensively with the
is under attack.
Absolutely.
Radiant's top tower has
Definitely,
fallen.
I think that is merit.
Jesse's thinking about going here, but he's going to go on himself.
Coil back up, and they will get mid one in return for that. So a trade that's definitely worth. As long as they don't lose anything more here, High Coast. See OG trying to chase them down. They'll be able to get error, but they will also find the kill onto Sibbe. Supreme, is he out? Not the timing from Sax are perfectly done as he rolls in.
Oh. And they're able to fight just
Radiant's
faster and
middle
more
tower
constant.
is
Because like you
under
mentioned
attack.
earlier, Charlie had used the meta in
Radiant's
the last fight.
structures are
OG
fortified.
identifies that. They're going to play at this
Dire's
pace.
bottom
And they're
tower
playing
is under
effectively
attack.
with, sure they lost mid one, but they're playing effectively with an extra hero up because of that morph. Again, Topson turns into Puck, another full arsenal of spells, and yeah, without TB being able to show up there, there's no way High Coast can actually take the fight when it starts out like that. Chessie has to be, I mean, the way that they were starting that fight too, like Chessie's like in the river in the low ground trying to set up onto a Ricky. They saw him completely, so it was OG just taking that fight even though they lost the key.
It's mine.
Now the question is, can Topson trick to the trade into mid one, and mid one tricks into the trade to someone else?
Technically it should be possible, I guess. I've never seen it, so...
It should work, you know what I mean?
I mean, it
We
should work.
could
I mean,
have
maybe he's going to do
all
that
the
too. That's
tricks
good.
and all the trades.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know, it could work. That's a lot of damage coming out of you that you can't really do much about if you're held underneath it. And that will happen with the control that Daxter and Seb's offering up in these fights.
We also used to have this bug, a feature.
Feature.
He used to get like the infinite stones and everything like that because of charges. I know they fixed that before, but what about the infinite charges of blink strikes? You get it? They only fixed one of them.
Oh, hey, good combo hit. They're able to get the setup on the Saxa. Arena's going to be dropped down. See if they can do anything about Seb being trapped in it. They're going to commit the coil onto Seb. They got the damage to kill him. These sort of chain silences, they're messing with Seb. They're able to take him out. I think can be done in response. Now we're 2 down. This should be a nice little opening for High Coast to at least take away this tier 1 tower in the mid lane. Supreme, he's actually seeing if he can hunt for more. He's in on towards NOTEL. He's able to pick up the bounty ring as well.
Mid-one's coming over though.
And here's the backup from Chesty. Excellent spear. Latches him over to the tree, but indeed mid-one with the counter play is going to take Supreme down for that effort that High Coast put into chase. Saxa.
He's gonna get chased.
Closing the gap easily with the blink strike jumps. They will get the two of them. Another sort of situation where they're going in. They're getting a kill, but they can't get out in time. OG's able to react, chase them down, get some big money as well. That's pretty much given mid-one the full axe on top of the Battle Fury.
Hey, that was... I don't know what they're chasing for there, though. That was them chasing for like the bounty and killing and dying while they're taking the mid tower. I don't know what the Mars is. That's 2 cores chasing a 5 position.
Bottom tower is under attack.
That was very risky, and they get punished for it as top Seb getting gone on by Shiba.
He's got Yules and Vendetta skills to play around with.
Yeah, he should be okay.
He's coming in to back him up. The jump's in. A little caution there. I've got the silence.
Good one.
The Mystic Flare, mid-one's dying pretty quickly. Is there anything to save him? There isn't. Mid-one goes down. Charlie now being controlled by the stones. Keystone drops down. Topson trying to turn and fight toe-to-toe with him, but with the meta still going, Charlie hits hard. Jesse comes in with the arenas. Have a stun. Topson holding down against the wall. And they got the burst to take him out. Topson with the Manta and the waveform away will survive. Coming into the undying NOTEL. Sunny's got some decays himself. Saxa focused down by High Coast off towards the side. This time around, High Coast able to set up a good fight around their Terrorblade and come out on top. Now OG, they're the one on the retreat. Chessie, blink, spear, latches onto NOTEL. You have the setup for another. Very solid moves here, getting Charlie involved. As OG not quite able to take him down, and mid-one just being focused too well by High Coast to start that fight. He wasn't able to do anything, jumps in, instantly silenced, and they've got the burst to deal with it.
That looks like he's still trying to set up here, maybe for Charlie top. He's stalking, and Topson is making the move over.
TP cancel.
Coming out.
Why not, you know, just mess with him a little bit. And
here, he has meta himself. He'll give him some.
Chessie's turned back up. Charlie able to step away.
Topson. Yeah, great fight. Just these, I mean, the long duration silences. Like mid-one needs to get Manta or BKB 100% this game now to protect them versus this Skyrath build. I mean, the 1-4-4 era. You know, it's a 4-position Sky, but he's gone for more of a 5-position build, and it's working for him. He's gotten a lot of kills because of the silence that I didn't think he would. But nicely done. Long duration. OG still ready, keen to fight. Level 18 on the Morphling, so he's constantly into somebody else's form, constantly into heroes.
Mid-one. Jump forward for the team, looking towards Supreme. Supreme with phase shift out with Dodge out, the rolling roller for Saxa. Take down air, but Topson, they blow him up. They get the combo. Caught on the front of it all and unable to react in time there. That instant move from High Coast. Topson out for a solid minute. Charlie's game continuing to stay as the strongest in this game right now. If he can get that BKB done soon on top of the Skadi, he's going to be feeling pretty invincible in these fights. This is going to be a very hard hero for OGs to take down.
He's building perfectly. I mean, this is definitely a game where he can put on his back. He has it's tough still because he is playing versus 2 very hard carries as well, and his team doesn't scale the best because of the other 2 heroes. But he himself, if he gets this BKB, if he gets like Butterfly or something like this too afterwards, he's in a really good spot this game.
They're going to really struggle to take him down.
Especially if Topson plays so reckless too. That's the thing is, you know, he's turning into the Air Spirit, he's turning into the Puck, he's like diving all over the place, but he's still susceptible to getting caught. If he gets hit by a spear to a wall, he's just dead. So much follow-up that they do have for it. As they're smoked up against. 3 seconds till that Morphling spawns, trying to catch them off guard. Meta is available again too.
See? A little bit of a tease towards the Marina, popped down in an attempt get cut down on the side by Mid-One's Tricks of the Trade, and so will Chessie. Another bit of an awkward attempt there from High Coast to get a fight going. One that's cost them 2 lives, maybe even more. They've got the silence on a Supreme, but he is able to get out the illusion of the 4-staff. Up to the high ground, he is away. 2 more unnecessary deaths there from High Coast.
I like that Charlie didn't TP immediately to the mid lane or anything to fight. He's working for his own game. He's very close to that BKB. He really wants to finish it. Has his illusions, farming up top to get that. Oh, gee, they're going to make the way to the pit. They might be able to kill it before High Coast is ready, as Topson will take the coil.
Mid-One, he's actually coming out of the pit and looking for action. He's ready to start, get himself some free kills, a couple of hits, and there is gone. Just destroyed here with this Chrysalis now picked up by Mid-One. He packs a punch.
And they've got all this information around here too. This tombstone's placed down. They know that they can commit into this Roche. Yeah, wow, he did go for the crit. I mean, he didn't build a BKB in the last game.
He doesn't want a BKB, you know. He had it queued up before the crit, and he was, you know, he sneaked that Chrysalis into his inventory.
That was walked in. Okay.
They might be able to. I was going to say, OG's going to have to buy back if they want to try and keep control of this Roshan. The damage from Mid-One, bringing Charlie down very low, still able to try to get the thunder off on the Mid-One Spear as well. Getting Mid-One low. His illusion also beating him down. Mid-One will be able to jump out, but is the illusion going to kill him? Oh, it's close. Nearly taken down by the reflection. And Mid-One will live.
Dicey.
Dire are scanning.
Getting those mana birds constantly out.
Steps in.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going to chase onwards here. Spear from Chessie, locks him down. Stature with the counterplay. They get the sides on the 2 of them. Topson zips across, burst down the pup. Chessie trying to finish off the kill on City, cannot do so. Mid-One Stature there with the backup. As Mid-One crits him down. They're going to go over towards Aaron. Charlie, he's just TPing out. He's bailing his way out of this action, and he's able to make it out. The rest of his team, though, don't let it be quite foolish. The double boulders there coming in from Topson and Stax as they roll in, take out a 4. And Charlie just again making the correct calls. He's like, guys, I'm not associated with these people. I'm out of here. I'm just going to try and win us the game. As these fights for pretty much the rest of the team around Charlie are just ending terribly each time.
Yeah, the fight just took too long. They peeled them away. They ran away from the TV. They kited his BKB and his mana long enough to these resets. I mean, Ricky, Morphling, Earth Spirit, pretty much, I guess, the kings of resetting, because they can just waveform out, roll out, jump out, and then, yeah, they go back in when they have the numbers and the opportunity to go in. Seb did a great job of kind of baiting them into a very weird spot there. It looked a little weird for Seb too, but it actually ended up working out perfectly.
Invisibility.
Crucial item here for Staxer, that Lotus. Call the difference. Help out those that get hit by the silence, and of course for those clutch plays against Charlie December. Even though that doesn't matter at all, so never mind.
Oh my god, Mid-One almost just 3-shotted him. And now Sox is in. He gets him.
And the Supreme's out for 50. Can OG get anything more from this? Mid-One, he's got the BKB done for this fight. He's in with the tricks of the trade, jumping in, looks for the squishies. He's trying to chase down Zibe. Being slowed by this demonic purge, there for the backup. Stunning Charlie and buying time for Mid-One to get himself back out of there.
Oh, I feel like I see the other talent take it most of the time from Ricky. The cast range. He actually went for the backstab multiplier. He's going all damage.
I mean, yeah, with the crit
actually,
build.
took the smoke screen. Okay, well, whatever. He went for the backstab multiplier. It'll work out anyway.
Illusion.
That's it. I mean, that's going to be enough for Charlie when he's trying to sort of take the game in his back. Gets himself the Paladin sword.
So does Topson right away.
Lovely
as he's also
steal.
finishing E-Blade now. So Topson, he has a... Now this is where it's like the Morphling versus TB. It starts to really go toward that Morphling because of this. But TB, I mean, Charlie's still so far. He's honestly playing this game like pretty much perfect.
I mean, and as you say, Terrorblade in this sort of game, he can still carry this against the heroes that OG have.
It's gonna take a couple of mistakes now. OG, they do have like this better scaling lineup, and it is just him on this thing. But I mean, he can. I think he's gonna end up needing a rapier though, if the way this is going.
Radiant's middle
High coast.
tower is under
High coast just
attack.
letting this tower go. They don't want to
See what
try and
Topson's
defend
doing
that.
here? Look. Look at his health. 80 decay now. He's turning into the Undying instead.
I guess, yeah, because the Agnal, that's, yeah, that's a lot of HP inside. Throw it in. I think they've got to come out with these 5-8. 3 5-8s coming out here from High Coast. Charlie stepping forward with BKB. Chesty has managed to lock down Topson over to the side of the arena. Charlie focusing down center. Charlie, can you live through this? Another silence comes out. Keep themselves to the side. They're bringing them down low. Charlie finally get burst. Topson's able to finish him off there. Charlie, he has spent up, so no buyback on him for 75 seconds. They'll be able to get through the Aegis. Trying to lock him down. Spear. Topson's not going to get caught out by the stun. Turns back towards Supreme. Supreme's got to jump back to safety there. And he gets comboed out immediately. Jesse trying to force them back. Supreme. They lead in for anything here. It's just the 3 members of OG. Still the big one, Topson. Very hard to jump upon.
Like he's casting these decays on Chesty all the way on the far side. They're almost hitting him every time. Just massive.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Can they find any sort of way to jump in on him? Jesse, arena in 20 seconds. Yeah, he's never getting a chance to blink in. Topson just continuously putting his blink dagger on cooldown with the decays. Range it there, we catch up Supreme. Good spear, Chesty, locks back that. Even the flare combo. As shared enough by Supreme, it's not enough. Damage is there to take him out. Topson rolling in aggressively. Arena's going to be back at any second right now. Supreme, he's got the cooldown on the 2 of them. Return towards Topson. There's the arena in his space. Lockdown, low ground. Trying to get his way out of it with the man. He's up in the air with the ult setup. They got the follow-up when he comes down. Not quite. Topson able to zip out the shot from the waveform. High Coast, they're certainly going to want to try and chase this. Still looking towards Topson, but Topson turns with the E-Blade on Supreme. Supreme forces his way out of there. Base shift to dodge the decay. Chesty off the mark, the shield crash. Topson still looking to finish off Supreme, but Supreme is into the trees with a jump. They'll turn their attention over towards No Tail. Topson, he's just got to get on the retreat. He goes for the TP inside the trees. Is Chesty going to find him? No, he's not. As Topson will make it away, but High Coast, it is good kills out of this, and they keep their base defended. The tier 3 still stands.
Great hold by Hippocampus in particular. Supreme getting a plethora of spells out during all of it, and just great spam. I mean, it's OG persisting a little bit too hard, sticking there, and just getting caught by all the ultimates again, but a nice hold, buying them some more time.
Yeah,
for this, I mean, for Charlie to get the farm that it feels like he still does need to deal with these 2.
And this is sort of how we saw it go down in game 2, right? It got to this point of the game where OG, they were still bringing the fights, but they weren't quite actually able to sort of push past and end the game. High Coast just did an excellent job of defending and playing these late game fights against OG in game 2, and just like that we're starting to see signs of it again. Obviously this time in that fight they did have to use 3 buybacks at least coming out for them, so quite an expensive defense, but a defense nonetheless, and they're keeping Charlie's game on track.
Yeah, but it really is. It is mostly Charlie though. As I say, last game they had the backup of like Void Spirit and was a jug, like this dual core, and also the Shadow Demon that pretty much was a super core. Skyrath and Shadow Demon in this game, it's not the same. Shadow Demon is a 5 position. Skyrath, he can't go for anything that impactful. Like I mean, he won't be able to get a hex until way later down the line. So if he's able to get something like that, sure. But OG, I feel like their scaling is it's just a lot stronger as the game does progress. All the weight is on poor Charlie. Charlie. Still the levels looking a bit rough for him too. As we've got mid 1, 24.5.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Topson's got the quickening charm now, and he's again into the Undying, so he's just
Oh, Chesty. Or outside the base there by OG as they make the quick jump. That's a big kill. He's down to 75. No buyback from him. In they go on to another. That's 2 of them now. Both heroes, Zibe and Chesty with their buybacks on cooldown.
Radiant's
High Coast have got to try and do their best 3 versus 5 here now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Will not be easy.
Radiant's middle
and they're
tower
trying to get the puck
fallen.
ags finished up before they even look to it. They might just
top
sacrifice their ags for it. The puck ags might actually slip up OG, might catch them off guard here a bit. At least the Ricky in particular, because he's the one with that
Radiant's
BKB.
middle barracks has fallen.
See how much OG did manage to take before High Coast was able to try and pull together that fight. The mid barracks are cleaned up. towards the bottom. They smoke up the 3 of them. They've got Zibe back up in 10. Still 30 without Chessie though if they want to try and take this fight.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
They are now well aware of that Aghanim on the puck. They've seen it for quite a long time now.
Tombstones. Zombies galore. Ready to see if they try and jump Charlie. Already getting nuked down to half HP. He's got to head back to base. Oh, he nearly dies.
Oh my god.
Popped a very aggressive BKB to try and run in and get us under off. But he's not able to do anything with it. So now he's not got a BKB ready for this fight. Call now onto Ricky. Mid one. Still able to find that BKB pop. And
The decay is too much.
Trying to get the spin into the base. It's not happening though. And if he's totally distracted up with Cage from a distance, the crits come out from it. Well, they just leave them inside the fountain.
Look at Charlie's HP pool. He's missing 70 strength. He's 1400.
Oh no. Look at Topson. 6k HP and it's only growing. He's into the base. He's ready to start tanking the fountain hits here. As Charlie dead again. Zibe, he'll fall. GG is called and OG will clean up this game 3. And with that, of course, the series is theirs. 2-1.
Middle tower
Against High Coast. High Coast was just with that one defense. There was a bit of a glimmer of what they could, what they did pull out from the second game comeback. But as you said, they just sort of, other than Charlie, they just didn't have the same level of tools to bring another fight like that after it.